The reason for making this video today is just to tell you a little bit more detail about the machine in case you're thinking about buying it and what to expect. So you need to understand the limitations of the OPXY before you buy it. If you don't really understand what they are and you buy it, you might be disappointed. Basically, you've got a machine which is a sequencer, okay? It doesn't really do audio, although you can sample into it, but it's not like a conventional audio recorder like the OP1, for instance. You have 8 conventional tracks. These can be anything from drums to bass to synths, samplers, that kind of thing. Fairly straightforward, 8 tracks. And you've also got 8 auxiliary tracks which house things like the brain, the punch-in effects, MIDI, CV, the external audio, the tape and the 2 effects. On each of these tracks you can sequence 4-bar patterns, up to 4-bar patterns. Here you see. You can sequence those 4-bar patterns on any of those tracks. That's the conventional instrument tracks and the auxiliary tracks as well. Okay, but the kind of downside to it, and the thing you have to understand, is that there's only 9 patterns per track. So if I go into the arrange mode here, you've got 2 patterns here. I can go from one to the other by scrolling the white encoder, rotating the white encoder, and I could have 9 patterns on that track, but no more than 9. That's it. These patterns appear as a stack and you simply move from one to the other like that. And obviously if I had 9 I could keep rotating. If I make some new ones here, there we go, I've reached the 9 and you just move up and down, bring the one into focus that you want to play when that scene is playing. In this case it's scene 4. Longer passages of music are possible. If I go to track 5 here and hold the bar, you'll see track scale is 3, so this track is going to play 3 times slower than the other tracks, and that gives you quite an interesting effect. So you can get longer than 4 bars, but it's not really extra bars, it's just scaling the pattern so it plays slower. Like I said, the OPXY has 8 auxiliary tracks, and these tracks, you may not realise it, but you can record these into sequences, into patterns. They've all got patterns as well. So if I go to the tape track and I go here and press that again, you'll see the tape track is muted at the moment. I'll unmute it and you can see I've got a couple of tracks for the tape there, and I'll explain more about this as we go along. So the main limitation as I see it is that you've only got those 9 patterns per track, both instruments and auxiliary. I understand that most musicians are not going to use the OPXY in a conventional songwriting way, so this probably won't be a problem. And I realise you can always use another track for 9 more drum patterns. For instance, I use track number 1 on the instrument side with drums, and then I've got synths, but I could have another drum track here. If I had drum patterns here and here, I could have 18 4-bar patterns of drums for my song, for my project. While I'm talking about song, let's just go into song mode. Okay, and you can see along the bottom here that you've got these various songs. Song 1, song 2, 3, 4, up to 14, and these are all songs within this project, but they can only use those patterns in those tracks. Okay, in a previous video I said that there are only 32 slots for scenes, but that's not true. There's actually 96, but you only see 32 at a time. Okay, so you only see a set of 32 at any given moment. Alright, so if I just add some more scenes to this, you can see they're dropping down, and the you can see that the scene count is going up in the top right, and when it gets to 96 it will stop. So all those scenes are in that song. I've got 96 scenes, obviously lots of the same one at the moment, but you get the idea. And then you can move around like this till you get to the top. I must admit that when I bought the device, I thought that when you copied a pattern to another scene, you could change the patterns in that scene without affecting the originals, but this isn't true. Any changes you make to patterns in your new scene are reflected in your source scene. You have literally just got 9 patterns per track. So you can't copy a pattern to another scene, change that pattern and expect the original one to be unaffected. It won't be, it will be changed. You've literally just got those 9 patterns. So if you like, you've got 72 patterns across the 8 instrument tracks. I must admit, I lay in bed the other night thinking that can't be true. It can't be just 9 patterns. You must be able to copy and change them, but you can't. You really can't. So make sure you understand that. Yes, you can have 4 bar patterns, but there are no more than 9 per track. I just want to make that clear because I certainly didn't get that. I didn't understand that before I bought the machine. And it might have made a difference, although having said that, I'm loving using this. The penny dropped a bit yesterday, and I'm going to play you a little thing that I put together and you'll understand why I'm really enjoying this machine. One little thing that is a bit confusing is that if I'm on a normal track here, like a drum track here, and I go to the tape track, start messing around with it and want to record it. Okay, so I can press record. I've recorded something into the tape track. That is not recorded onto the drum track, that is recorded onto the tape track. Okay, so if we look at the arrange mode and we go to the tape track, which is muted at the moment, you can see all this kind of, I call it fly poo on the actual patterns. That's actual recorded data. So if you do anything with the tape, it's recorded on the tape track, not onto the instrument. So you can have 9 patterns on the tape track, you can have 9 patterns on the punching effects. So it's not specific to the instrument it was originally applied to. And you can specify, if I go into the tape track here, you can specify on this page here how much of the track is sent to the tape track. So all of these are set to 99, and if I just press this button, it's going to go to the other 4 tracks. This light grey encoder here is used to change, you can see that value is dropping there, is used to change how much of track 2, instrument track 2, is being sent to the tape track, you see? And if I move over here, pressing this lot, and I rotate this one, this is how much instrument track 8 is being sent to the tape track. I could wind that all the way down so nothing from track 8 would be sent to the tape track. So things you do with the tape are recorded to the tape track, not to the instrument tracks. And that's something I didn't understand until I started working with this. And by the way, the tape track itself, if I go to the mixer and press that again, and I can send the tape track to the reverb, or I can send it to the delay as well, so you can put delay and reverb on the tape track itself, which is, you know, pretty incredible, isn't it? It's very powerful once you realise what you can do. Okay, good, so that's that. I'm just going to load this song in again in case I've messed it up. You press the projects button to load things in. In fact, you hold shift and that button. I call it the nib button because it's got a pen nib on it, so shift and that button. This tune that I'm putting together at the moment is called Willow. It's showing up there in the display. If I were to press M2, I'd see all the iterations of that song, all the kind of auto saves, all the saves that I've made, and it's got the year, and it's got the month, and it's got the date and the time. Anyway, I'm going to come back and just load that in. So press M1 to load it in. So now that song's in, and that's how I saved it. I talked about this in a video the other day about how the OPXY plays the tracks and the songs and the scenes, but I want to go through this again because I've picked up a bit more as I've gone along, and it's vital to get to grips with this, because if you don't, you're going to get horribly lost with this device. So when you turn the device on, when you turn the machine on, and you've got a song booted up, if you press start, this button here, what's going to happen is the song is going to play. So to be clear, the song is shift and arrange, and it's this song, song 1, with these scenes in it, are going to play in sequential order. So if I press start, you're going to hear the scenes going through. If I press arrange, you'll see the scenes changing. If I hold shift and arrange, you'll see the scenes changing in the song. At the moment it's scene 2 playing, scene 3. These are all 4 bars long. Here comes scene 4. You get the idea. So if I go to the instrument button here, play the song, pick different tracks, the song is going to progress through its scenes no matter what I'm doing. If I press the auxiliary track button, go to some of these, go to the arrange. You've seen that moving through the scenes before. See it again here. We'll go to scene 4, go to the mixer, move around. You get the idea. The song progresses through the scenes no matter what you're on. And obviously if you press stop and start again, the song will start from the beginning again. Okay? And progress through the scenes as you would expect. Now I talked about this in a video the other day. If you want to make any of the scenes loop, just to be clear, these are the scenes you can see in the song here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I put 10 scenes in this song. You don't have to have them this order. You can have them any order you want. You can have more than one of one. So I could have 4 scene 1s and then 3 scene 7s. It doesn't matter. You can do whatever you want. Right, so we're in the song mode. We'll press start and the song will start progressing through the scenes. Go to arrange. There we are, scene 2. Now if I want this scene 2 to loop, I hold shift and the 2. Now it won't move on from this, it will loop round on this scene 2 over and over again. And whatever scene I go to, the same thing will happen. I can hold shift and plus, go to scene 5. Now scene 5 will keep looping, it won't move on to the next scene in the song, which is very useful because if you want to work or listen to a scene over and over again, this is brilliant for that, isn't it? Of course I can change, you can see that I've got instrument 4 up, track 4, so I can change the pattern that's playing on that. If I go to instrument 1, I could change the drum pattern. See? Back. But scene 5 hasn't moved on, so it's still looping around scene 5. So if I go to a different scene, scene 2, same thing there. Scene 2 won't move on now. Now, of course, you'll probably want to break out of this, so if you hold shift and arrange, it'll go straight to the song mode, and once this is finished, it has finished, you see it goes from the beginning of the song and it will go through the song in the normal way. So if I'm in song mode, and I press start, I can't record because these buttons down here choose the different songs and these buttons choose the scenes in those songs, so I can't play anything, I can't make any music. Just going to load this song in once more. There I'm in song mode, I can't record. Let's set it going. If I press any of the other buttons here, if I go to the instrument tracks, I can play these buttons, I can play along of course, and I can record. Now if the song is progressing the way it is, I can record into the various patterns in the various scenes. I've loaded the song in again. Okay, there's the song it's going to play from the beginning. Let's go to the instrument tracks. Track 1, which is the drums. I'll use this sound here. I'm going to set it going and I'm going to record into the drum track on scene 1. When it gets to scene 2, I'll change the pattern that's on that scene and record into that as well. So here we go. So this is scene 1. Now when it goes into scene 2, I'll change the pattern, add that. Now we're in scene 3 here. Now if I change the track, notice it's dropped out of record. So obviously I'd have to re-enable the record if I wanted to record it into another track. But what I like to do is to have it looping round on a particular scene. That way I know what I'm doing. So basically, although the scenes are changing, you're recording into the patterns. That's what you have to remember. So the other day I thought it might be a good idea just to do all my sequencing in scene 1 with the various patterns and tracks, and then set these out on the various scenes afterwards. So with this project called Willow, I did just that. And to be honest, I've never made music as fast as I did. Yesterday evening I just came up with a load of patterns in scene 1 and then just set them out on the various subsequent scenes. I put them together in a song. Okay, it's not a musical masterpiece, but it's a lot of fun. I'm going to end this video just by jamming out with this song, and you'll see what I'm doing. So we'll go to the song mode. I'll just have a listen to it first of all. The various things come in each time. So I've just got 10 scenes, all 4 bars each. This one's going to take longer because this is the track that's 3 times as slow. Different drum pattern, see? Taking longer because of the track scale. Okay, so this has got a choice of patterns. This one or this one. Drums, is it? Track 3 is bass, 2 different bass patterns. Track 4's got 2 patterns. Just mute track 8 with the organ. This is the track that's running at a different scale. Scale 3, see? So it sounds really weird on its own, but put it together with the other tracks. So you can mute things, you can bring in different patterns all over the place, whatever you want to do. Go to the tape track. Back to the beginning again. Punch-in effects. Doesn't spoil the rhythm, see, it just picks up where it left off. Now, of course I can do the per track effects as well. So go to the bass. the organ's been put through the delay. It's muted in that scene. It's important to understand that in the scenes you store what patterns are playing, what tracks are muted or unmuted. I've had this thing a week today and it's taken me a week to get my head around just the basic way that it works. I mean, I haven't even sampled anything yet. I haven't used the step components. I'm literally just scratching the surface. Hopefully this video will show you more or less how it works in a kind of basic way and maybe help you decide whether you want to get one or not. I'm loving it. It is crazy money, of course, but if you want it badly enough, then somehow you'll find a way of affording it. I think it's brilliant. I'm looking forward to learning more and more about it. There is literally so much to learn, and it's one of those things that's great fun to learn. I tend to type everything out that I learn in a sort of a tutor book for myself, and I use that to help me do these videos. There we are. Loads of fun, lots of mistakes there, and obviously that's not a polished performance, but it takes a while so that you become confident with what you're doing, you know what you're doing. You know, I haven't used the players, the arpeggio or the maestro or the hold, haven't used the step components, haven't sampled anything, haven't even used the pitch bend, which is down here. So there's loads of things to add to this, but I'm getting there. It's a week. I'm not too disappointed with what I've achieved in a week. So there we are. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a like and consider subscribing to my channel. Thanks very much, and you'll see me in my next video.